I really like athletic training and what it has to offer, and I think that's just gotten stronger as I've learned more about what it truly is.
The other places that I applied, their clinical experience wasn't nearly as vast as SLU's was, and that was a huge factor in applying to the program.
I learn really well when I get to use all of my skills and knowledge that I've learned in class and apply them to the real world.
And now seeing how much farther I've come and how much more I've learned and kind of how I can take on a bigger role in that team.
Really good, and it's really good to learn in a team-based setting with other students.
There's so much value to getting that academic side and really learning the information that way. And then there's also just a huge value from getting that experience. And those combined, I really think, prepare us students at SLU really well for the real world.
I think it's great, especially coming in as a PY1. The PY2 is really there to kind of guide you. And
I like having her there. I know it means I have to share my experience, but I like having someone to work off of.
You and you hadn't seen it before, and then all of a sudden you learn about it and you see it in clinical, and you get to use what you've learned right then and there in a real life setting.
So that gives you the ability to really dive in and find out what it's like to live as an athletic trainer. And I think that's been probably the most, maybe not my favorite, but definitely the most valuable part of my education so far, is finding out what is it really like to be at the same place. Summer field experience, you can choose absolutely anything you want in the world. I went to West Point, the U.S. Military Academy in New York, and that experience was really unique in a lot of ways. It exposed me to the military setting, which is a setting that is kind of emerging in athletic training. It exposed me to a different population than I was used to.
I got to see a totally different patient population with older patients, and then we also worked on the sport performance side of things, so I got to learn more about strength and conditioning and work with some younger athletes. So that really broadened my scope of what I'd been able to practice and learn.
And then over the summer, I was fortunate enough to go over to the Athlone Institute of Technology in Athlone, Ireland. And I was there with 2 other SLU students, and we actually worked with some of their county and club teams. It was really interesting to just look at things, look at athletic training from a different cultural lens.
you kind of have that happy in-between place where you can do what you want to do, but when you need a little tap out and need some help, he's there to help you.
Just the variety of experience, and then along with that, getting to spend time with different preceptors and getting to see all of their individual styles of athletic training really helped me craft my own style.
My preceptors who have been really supportive and just when you have a question, not just answering it, but they really go the extra mile to teach you why that's the answer.
It's not like going to work. You're not being forced to go to it. You want to go to class because you want to know more about these things. You want to go to clinical because you want to see these things.
Be able to take all those different experiences and kind of form them into the professional that you would like to be.
Seeing my preceptor completely handle the situation the way that I want to when I'm a professional.
You can learn a lot of things in a classroom, but until you actually apply it and see it on a human being or see it kind of in practice, you don't really understand.
SLU just puts us in a great position to whatever you want to do in the future, we have a clinical experience that will probably fit into what you want to do. And I love it.